The DOJ would have 30 days to release all Epstein files in an easily searchable format. It is a sigh of relief for many Trump supporters who've been disappointed in the lack of transparency on Epstein and the weird responses to it. Typically a very transparent White House. And everyone knows that the government has been hiding something about this scandal for a very long time. And it's come from both sides of the aisle. And this is the stuff that people hate about government. After the House votes tomorrow, the bill goes to the Senate. Trump's sudden switch to fully supporting the release, though, is being covered in the media as some kind of capitulation to his own party. But the same people claiming this also claim that the files are going to expose the president was involved in Epstein's perversions, people like Chris Murphy.
True that Donald Trump is trying to cover up for, I think, a host of really powerful and rich people, but he's frankly not that selfless. He wouldn't be going through all of this effort to try to stop the release of these files if he wasn't seriously implicated in those files. This is most likely the biggest corruption scandal in the history of the country.
He's about as gross as Swalwell at this point. So Trump's in the files, right? It's the greatest scandal in history. But when the authorization to dump all this information out arrives at his desk, he's just going to sign the bill? That's what Trump said unequivocally today in the Oval Office. He's going to sign it. They're going to do the full release. Described by former Meet the Press host turned irrelevant podcaster Chuck Todd as Trump flailing. Take a listen.
We have a president who is in the midst of a feeding frenzy, and it is a feeding frenzy that he can't control, and he is flailing. We've been in these positions with him before, and he always navigates his way out of it.
They are so obsessed with the idea that there are just tremendous amounts of perversions from our president inside of these files. And this time it's different, he says, right? After 10 years of Trump, he's finally going down with this. Chuck Todd, the latest former mainstream media host, whose next move proved exactly why he was fired as he sits in his bedroom spewing Democrat talking points. Anybody who thinks the Epstein files contains a wealth of perversions committed by our president is just politically unintelligent. For 4 years, all of this information, as you know, was in the hands of a very partisan, Democrat-run DOJ, a DOJ which attacked conservatives in many ways purely for politics, a DOJ that tried to imprison the man who's now the president of the United States to keep him from that job. It would have been far easier to just leak a couple documents, explicit documents, and turn Trump into a societal pariah if those documents existed. And trust when I tell you that they know whether or not they do. You know, everybody's reporting the same stories, the same spin. You turn the channel, it's always the same. But not us. We're different. We report the real news. No spin, just the facts. Turn to us, and you won't turn back.
Tune in to Rob Schmitt tonight on Newsmax.